COVID-19 has shut down over 200,000 restaurants and 100,000 small businesses, or almost 5% of all businesses and restaurants in the USA. This is due to lockdown orders and social distancing laws. This can be showed right here, which is very, very large portion of the restaurants. Eventually, we'll be able to return to what society used to be, but it's going to have to be a slower, more cautious process. Unfortunately, the companies that were forced to shut down aren't looking at a hopeful future for their business, as they most likely won't return. With such a large percentage of businesses being forced to shut down, mainly smaller ones, creates an issue as small businesses are important to our society, as they provide opportunities for entrepreneurs. But most importantly, they foster local economies by keeping money close to home and supporting neighborhoods and communities. Together, we can help these small businesses through donating and supporting the ones in need. Today, I'll be covering how business is going to change post-COVID-19, such as how companies are adjusting to at-home working, difficulties with remote working, how companies are able to return to their workplace, also some companies that are thriving through the pandemic. If we help out the many businesses that had to shut down, slowly we can restore our community by bringing back the family-owned places near us that we know and love. Working from home, reviews, and laws. Within a recent survey asking 1,000 people who are new to working at home, the results demonstrated obvious problems, but also possible upsides. The results of the surveys found 48% say that they are more productive working from home, 57% would prefer to work from home in the future, and 68% have other workers or students also working in their household. Unfortunately, if you still want to work at home while most of your office is back at work, there's no current law protecting your right to do that. This law does not provide a new right to work from home. David Barron, labor and employment attorney, explains to CNBC Make It. However, it does not extend paid leave for those impacted by coronavirus. That paid leave is only provided for 80 hours of work and only to full-time workers. Food delivery/streaming services and smaller businesses. Most companies are struggling during this time, but for food delivery apps such as DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Postmates are all seeing dramatic increase in demand for their services. These delivery companies have all seen a 30 to 50% increase in sales. The same article states that the opportunity to earn more is there, but that's not the case for a lot of drivers. Some have lower ratings and fewer tips than ever before. This is because of a misunderstanding about social distancing practices. Drivers have to leave the customer's food on the ground due to the 6-foot rule. Unfortunately, this leaves unhappy customers as they don't want their food on the ground. This then leads to bad reviews and little to no tips to the drivers. Being stuck at home isn't too fun. With people looking for anything to stay busy, streaming services saw an opportunity for success. The average streaming time before COVID-19 was around 4 hours each day. Now that number is doubled to 8. But already, economists project more than 100,000 small businesses have shut down permanently since the pandemic escalated in March. Their latest data suggests that at least 2% of small businesses are gone, according to a survey conducted May 9th to 11th. This is another harsh reality of what happens when businesses that were barely staying financially positive enter a 3-month dead period. Sadly, they can't afford it and have no choice but to shut down with no hope of return. Unfortunately, the smaller restaurant businesses are having it worse, as 3% have gone out of business. That's close to 200,000 restaurants that we'll never see again. Hopeful future. With COVID-19 changing the world that we know, businesses needed to make a quick and smart financial decision to make sure that they don't go out of business. I reviewed how companies are reacting to COVID-19, how online working is affecting business, how workers can stay safe in their workplace, and what this means for the future of business. I think eventually we'll be able to return to what society used to be, but it's going to have to be a slower, more cautious process. Unfortunately, the companies that were forced to shut down aren't looking at a hopeful future for their business, as they most likely won't return. Even though this isn't the brightest moment of our society, over time, if we all work together, we can overcome this and stay strong. And this is my reference page. Thank you.